Hello, everyone. This is Silk coming at you with Operation Thunderball. I believe it is turn 9.4 Japan. I don't believe we have actually any housekeeping that needs done. Should just be able to move right on into our turn. Japan is going to be under a little bit more pressure than she expected. I think I may actually do a quick little strategy video a little bit later, probably sometime tomorrow, about how things can turn on you quickly, and kind of discuss a little bit of what the board setup is and what some of my moves are pretending to be and what I think some of the other players are up to. Just some fun stuff with that. But needless to say, America rolling a 10 and then a 12 on its 2d12 for income increases has definitely changed a lot as far as Japan's perspectives. In the meantime, I do have kind of a chance to get out of this if I can get some good tech rolls. We're going for improved construction, heavy armor, and large ship. If we can get large ships on the board, that would definitely help us deal with the American menace. Unfortunately, we rolled a 6, a 6, and a 6, and failed all three. This is definitely going to put Japan in a tight spot if we don't hit attacks next turn. We are now 2 for 9 since turn 7, so decidedly a problem. On to our purchases. We have 39 IPP to spend. We will get completing a fleet carrier. This will give the U.S. plus $1 as Japan has completed a carrier. So they actually, I did not have them upgraded yet. They were at 38. They now go to 39. Congratulations, U.S. You are almost at full wartime income. If you can keep those high rolls coming. We're going to finish our light carrier so we can get that going. I've got a fighter. We're going to end up putting on that carrier. I've got a medium armor, a marine, so that's 10, and then infantry and a militia. And there's 5 left, which is actually a fortification. We're getting a little worried about the KMT army, so we're going to go ahead and start building a fortification to help deal with that. So we've got 5 and 4 is 9 for our boats. That's 10 between the tank and the marine, so that's 19, 29 counting the fighter, 34 with the fortification, then 37 with the infantry, and then 39 with the militia. As for combat moves, did some thinking back and forth on this. I did not originally have this plan that I was going to do this turn, but we got to get to do some work here and kick some things into gear. So we are going to lose the last dollar of our oil money and go in here and kill ourselves some KMT units here. Into Szechuan, I have 4 infantry, 4 cavalry, a mountain brigade, a motorized, and a single artillery, all coming from Shensi. Coming into Kwei Chao, we're going to send an infantry and an artillery from Hunan, as well as an infantry and an artillery from Kwangtung. And we'll go ahead and bring one more. We'll bring one more infantry from Hunan. So from Hunan, we have 2 infantry and an artillery. And then from Kwangtung, we have 1 infantry and 1 artillery. And then we've got our fighters sitting on the 18th. We have a tactical and 2 fighters. We will move a tactical and 1 fighter into the fight in Kwei Chao. And we will move 2 fighters into the fight in Szechuan, I believe that is. Yes, Szechuan. I was hoping to go into the Dutch East Indies this turn, but the U.S. is $24 away from being able to go to full wartime declaration of war, which on 3D12 is a very doable number. So I just can't do that this turn and let them come rushing at me yet. So we're going to try to kind of keep them in spots here, and we'll see where we can take it from there. So I only have 2 fights. We're going to do a fight here in Szechuan. I have 1 artillery at 2. That is a first strike. It missed. on a 9. I then have 2 fighters that are attacking at 6s. 7 at 12, so they both missed. I then have 5 cavalry at 2s, mountain at 2, and I'll be upgrading one of these infantry. So I'll have a total of 7 2s from my infantry, or sorry, from my cavalry, my mountain, and my boosted infantry. So you'll have 7 dice at 2s. 1 and a 2. And a 3. Actually, wow, that was great. So we got 3 hits. Only needed 1. He will have a shot back at us at 2. He gets a 3, so he misses. So we take Szechuan with no casualties. Now coming into Kuei Chao, I have 2 artillery, 3 infantry, a tactical, and a fighter. So we have 2 first strikes. So we'll roll those with these pink dice here. They are also at 2s. We get 1. Great. So that's 1 less guy to deal with. I then have a tactical and a fighter. We're going to use the red die here for the tactical because it's a 7. The fighter's a 6. They both miss on the 10 and the 11. And then I'm going to have 2 boosted infantry that would normally be at 3s, but the mountain's going to make them 2. And then 1 infantry by himself. So I have 1 infantry by himself, and then 2 boosted infantry that are 2. So the red is a 1, and the purple are 2s. So that's a miss because that red needs to be a 1. So we did not complete that fight. We did kill 1 of them with the first strike, so they only have 1 die coming back at us, which they hit. So we will lose an infantry. And we are still facing the 1 militia. We will go ahead and press, though. So I will start with the tactical and the fighter just to get this going. The tactical is again the red. Double 1s. We both hit. So that will be the end of that militia. He will again get to shoot back at a 2. And he will miss. So that takes out Kuei Chao with 2 artillery and 2 infantry. There is no money changes over there. And I'll discuss a little bit in my strategy video why I decided I needed to just take those territories. But it is, I'll fix that too later. It is kind of significant. So now I've got some non-combat movements to do. First one's just the easy ones. We're going to go ahead and move our Marines here. So the 2 destroyers that are in P41 go to P32 and P15. They grab the 2 Marines that are sitting in Honshu, and they just go back. So they go back to P32, go back to P41, drop both of those Marines off in Kwangtung. Meanwhile, the 2 destroyers that are in P50 go up to P41, they grab 2 Marines, they come back to P50, and they drop them off in Siam. And we have some transports to work around. So I've got 3 transports in P50. Those 3 transports are going to go to P41. They are going to grab 3 artillery. Should I move my other? Let's move my other artillery first, just so it's less of a hassle. So we'll wait on that. So from P32, I will instead move up 2 transports to P15. They will pick up 2 artillery and 2 infantry. Those 2 transports will then go down to P41, and they will drop off those 2 artillery and 2 infantry in Kwangtung. My 3rd transport, the one that was in P41, will then go Test. There we go. Okay. Gonna get so annoyed with this mic. So this is the transport from P41. It moved to P32, back to P15, and then back to P32, and it drops off the 1 artillery and the 1 infantry in Hunan. The 1 artillery that was in Hunan that did not move to Szechuan goes into the 41st. And now we can do the 3 transports. So the 3 transports that are in P50 will go up to P41. They're going to grab 2 infantry and 1 marine and 3 artillery and bring all of them down to Siam. So we'll do a quick count here of everything we've got. So he goes there, so that gets rid of those 3. And likewise, that green chip gets rid of these 3. And then we'll place these guys here and here. So, it should be all of, oh no, we're not quite done yet. The carrier group is going to move to, I believe it's P59. It's this sea zone right amongst all of the Dutch East Indies. And from here we can do a lot of things to deal with these Dutch ships and maybe make a few other people nervous too. So should at least give some options there. The Boom Boom fleet's going to come down to P50 so that it can support that. I'll go ahead and keep my light cruisers where they are, my destroyers where they are because they've already moved. They're fine where they are. And I like the coastal destroyer with that, so we're good. So that will be all of that. My planes will all return to the 18th in Kwangtung, and we're going to try to do a nice big force description for everybody. Alright, starting in, oh nope, this armor, my rail movement. The armor from Reheat will rail all the way down to Kwangtung. So he's getting a place to fight there. So inside Szechuan, I have 4 infantry, 5 cavalry, a mountain, a motorized infantry, and an artillery. In Kwaichao, I have 2 infantry and 2 artillery. In Hunan, I have 1 infantry, 1 artillery. In Kwangtung, I have a light armor, a medium armor, 8 infantry, 11 marines, 5 artillery. In Siam, I have 7 infantry, 5 marines, 8 artillery. The second fleet, my carrier fleet, consists of a light carrier, a heavy carrier, 2 torpedo boat destroyers, 2 tacticals, and a fighter. My 6th fleet, which is kind of my boom boom fleet, is the 2 destroyers, the battle cruiser, and the 4 heavies. I also have in P50 2 coastal subs, a torpedo boat destroyer, and 2 destroyers. In P41, I have 2 destroyers. In P32, I have 2 light cruisers. And then my transports, I have 3 in P50, 2 in P41, and I have 1 in P32. And we will go ahead and go to place units and collect income. The 2 carriers will get placed in our port in the shipyard off of the Sea of Japan there. Our fighter will get placed in Honshu or Kyushu. We then have a medium armor that is placed in Rihi. We have a marine and an infantry that are also placed in Kyushu, and a militia is placed in Kwangtung, and we have begun construction of a fortification along the border between Kwangtung and Yunnan. Our income does go down by 1 as we no longer collect the U.S. oil income that has been exhausted, so we will only get to collect our 32 plus 6, so we will be at 38. And that is everything for Japan 6.2. I just want to give everybody a quick glance at what I show as the current income. That should be 32. We had discussed that. As far as that's the problem. I moved the wrong one. US is at 39. I believe the Brits are at 26. If you want to check on that, enthusiast, I'd appreciate it. So yeah, I believe that's everything. This here is just kind of my nomenclature. The Soviets are currently at 43, working on their way to 46, but they have 5 conquered territories that they're going to get to add up to as soon as they hit that number, which is very, very likely to be next turn. So that'll be it. We'll be sending you over to Hambone for Commonwealth turn 8.5. Have a good night, everybody.